I'm Shay with What Shay Cooking today. I am going to be making some pecan pie. Thanksgiving's coming up, so this is the time to do all your pies and all your great dessert recipes. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'll tell you what you need as I go. You're gonna need 1 cup of dark Karo syrup. I don't know if I say Karo syrup right. Maybe it's Karo syrup, I don't know. But 1 cup of this. Now let me get it open here, we'll be all right. What's nice about this Karo syrup bottle is it's got a little indicator right here on the side that shows you exactly 1 cup, which is half of a bottle. So we'll go ahead and pour that out. And you kind of got to wait a second because it's thick. Still going. So you got to let it kind of settle. Yep, still going. Perfect. Okay. There's our 1 cup of Karo syrup. You're going to need 3 eggs. Without shell. You're going to need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. About 1/4 teaspoon of salt. 2 tablespoons melted butter. Let me get the sugar. You're going to need 1 cup of sugar. One tablespoon of cornstarch. All right, we're just gonna mix all of that up and then I'll tell you about the pecans next, so. Just gonna stir that up real good. You're gonna also wanna preheat your oven to 350 degrees. I already turned mine on, it's not preheated quite yet, but do that before you start mixing all this stuff so your oven's ready whenever you're ready to go. All right, you just kind of let that sit now for a second. Now I've got a little mixer here. So you could buy already chopped up pecans because I like my pecan pies with chopped pecans instead of like whole pecans, but I'm gonna chop them up myself because I think that it gives better taste whenever you buy the halves instead of buying already chopped. And sometimes I have seen whenever I've bought chopped pecans already chopped that they've had like the little middle, like the pieces you don't want in them. Not really the shells, but there's these little pieces in the middle. I lived in Georgia for about 5 years and we actually had 2 pecan trees and there is nothing better than fresh pecans. But so what we're gonna need 1.5 cups, and I'm gonna just put them in my little chopper here and chop them up. It's about 1 cup. And let's get that. Doesn't have to be exact science here because maybe you like more pecans. All right. Let's put this lid back on. All right, there's our chopped pecans. Now we're just gonna pour this And on it, okay, there we go. I'm like, oh, can't get it off. Just gonna, you know what? I better be careful and not. There we go. I could just see my blade going right on in there with it. It's one thing to have an eggshell in there, but I guess I don't need the whole blade for my chopper in there either. All right, so now that you've got the 1.5 cups of pecans, you just stir this up really, really good. You want to stir it right before you pour it into the shells because it gets it nice and mixed up, and your traditional pecan pie is usually really, really thick. I don't like a thick pecan pie, so normally you use like a deep dish pie shell crust. I use 2 regular pie shell crust, and I'm going to show you why. It's like a thin pecan pie, but it is so good. And I forgot to grab my pie shells. I like to keep them in the freezer until I'm absolutely ready to use them, because when you're baking them in the oven, you don't want your edges to burn. And I feel like whenever it's a frozen pie shell crust, then you don't have to put foil around the edges to get it from burning. So let me just grab these real quick. All right. And I just have Pillsbury. You want regular. Do not get deep dish. Oven is ready. This is going to work out perfect. So you just put your 2 little pie shells on there, and I am going to move this over here for a second, get it out of my way. And again, make sure you stir it really good before you start dumping it in, because you want the pecans float to the top, and you want pecans in both pies. You don't want them just in one pie. So, all right. So now, basically, now that I've got it nice and stirred, we're just gonna pour about half. I'm gonna wait and see what that looks like. This is such a good recipe and so simple. Now I'm gonna use my spatula here instead of this fork. I don't wanna lose all that good stuff. All right, we're just gonna set that there. Let's see, this one looks like it could use a little bit more. All right, now that that is done, we're gonna put it in the oven for about, we're gonna start with like 35 minutes. You want it to be kind of springy on the top, so when you press the top, you kind of want it to spring back up. But I'm gonna show you, because whenever you do like a deep dish, like a bigger pie, it takes about an hour. This is gonna take probably about 45 minutes, but we're gonna check on it in about 30 minutes. So give me 30 minutes, we'll get it in the oven right now. And I will be right back, guys. All right, so I added 15 minutes to the pies because I checked them at the 30-minute mark and they definitely were not done. So they are, let's check on them. Oh. It's been 45 minutes now. All right, let's do the spring test. See how that springs up? These are done. Okay, so we are just gonna let these cool for a little bit, and then I will cut in and I will show you what they look like and how good they taste. All right, be back. Hi, so the pie has cooled down. I went ahead and cut a piece and took some pictures. So we are gonna dive right in, but first I want to show you it's not springy anymore. It's fully set. Everything is good to go. Look at that middle. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Okay, let's taste it. Oh my gosh, that is so good. A nice layer of pecans on top. Gooey in the middle, not too much. That's why I like them nice and thin. You have got to make this for Thanksgiving or any other occasion, okay? So make sure you like and subscribe and go check out my other videos and share my page. Bye guys.